apparently we are in the game now. Doesn't matter. We're gonna still have to try and fix this. Studio mode, go to the inn. Chat browser. Can I copy? You know what? We're gonna do chat in. Okay, so the problem I have here is that the chat is basically... it copies itself, basically. What the fuck is that? That's not what I want. Okay. You know, fuck it. Oh, I can hear myself. I have my own goddamn stream up in the background. On my stream, I have Streamception. Okay, but what I'm talking about is right now my thing here has a... thing. It has... Where is it now? Chat, there we go. It has a filter on it. Because it basically is the same filter as on the other thing. Is that why things goes as it goes? Okay, wait, hold on. Stop doing that. I'm not doing both. I'm doing one of you. Why are you both moving like that? I am only moving one of you. Oh, I think I know, because they are basically in a goddamn folder together or something. Ah! Also, sorry for nitpicking, but the Moon Jacket feels a bit cluttered. Yeah, I can fix that. I mostly just fixed things a bit quick yesterday. I think the problem is that I have everything like here, and everything is in a folder. Okay, so chat image, I'm gonna lock that. Yeah, exactly. You see what I mean? It moves them both, and I don't understand why. I think it's because it's believed... Okay. This is absolute utter pain. Can I move it outside of chat and remove this? This is gonna be... Yeah, that is trippy. Because I only move the chat. I don't move the image. But for some reason, because I have it in a folder, it decides, oh, you know what? Let's just try and balls around like this for some reason. But also, it's kind of good also you continue to talk in chat, because... How am I cropping things? Doesn't matter. There you go. Because while you do that, I am capable of fixing the problem. There we go. Let me just check here. That's fine. It is still there. Go here. I don't know where the hell... Oh, wait a second. I don't think I have it here. Yeah, because I have the folder called chat. I don't have the chat now. Don't worry, it's gonna be fixed. We're just gonna do the chat image. Fuck, it's big. I think I'm gonna do it in 3D. Yeah, you're basically helping, because the chat has a certain length. Oh, it's absolutely in front of everything, which it should definitely not be. There we go. And because of that, it's good to see like where everything goes. Because as you see now, this is how big the chat is, which means that I am gonna have to fit it for the thing here. And that is why it's good that you continue talking in chat, because then I'm capable of doing this. Man, mixed with the last Octopath stream, I bet you can just do a whole stream fixing stuff. Oh, definitely, but I'm pretty certain it was because of the Octopath stream that I had all this stuff from the beginning. Also, hopefully you can still see the stream better than last time, because... Fuck me, that... Like, I even checked. The bigger one is 19180. 1900. I had something with a limit of 2,000. And it is just like, what the fuck just happened? But there we go. Now we have chat, we have the chat image, and the quality options are back. Yeah, that is not on me. That is basically on Twitch. So it's not like anything I ever can change. That is just Twitch. I did connect this to the PC, right? Good evening, innkeeper. Good evening, Grace. I don't know why, but there's something with Grace's face that makes her look old for some reason. I don't know why. It's not the glasses. For some reason, she just looks old. Is it just me? Is it just me, or does she look old? Oh, also, you talked about the Moonlit Yakuza. I can absolutely agree. I just try to find some space for everything. Whoops. I think it works fine here. There we go. I'm gonna have it beside me here. That's a problem having everything here. It's like, where do I put everything? Anytime. What can I do for you? I'm pretty spent. Do you have something that will keep my mind awake for a little longer? I should have something that can do just that. One moment. One moment, please. Wait, what is that called? It's from a game. It is from a game. I know that because I've heard that before. Is it not like Warcraft 3 or something? No, I think it's like I think they say like on my way or something. Oh, God, that brought a flashback or something. You should only know how easy it is to make me just like remember things. Don't take me wrong, it's really fun to remember things sometimes. For example, I watched Witch Magnus, which is a friend of Booberry, which is a friend of Chime. And I just heard in the background they actually had the music on from Dark Cloud. Which, yeah, I know I haven't finished it. I'm gonna have to do it someday. There was something I did discuss at some stream, that there are some games I am gonna finish and some games I'm not gonna finish. For example, I'm a bit half on half with Elden Ring, because I like Elden Ring. But the problem is how big that game is and how little I do for the story. I feel like doing it like I do these games and continue them until the end might just be like that. It might be a bit too much. Sometimes you just remember something, but it's at the tip of your fingertip. Try to remember. I'm doing well. Today I have basically been working with the inn, as you saw, most of the time. Same yesterday. Helped my father remove some trash and doing some other stuff. So it's been a good day, to be honest. So it has been a good day. But yeah, so I basically just heard them having the Dark Cloud song in the background, and then after that they decided to actually draw one of the characters. I don't know why, that just brought back memories. And not from when I streamed it, because I streamed the digital version on the PS4. I am talking about when I played the demo from the goddamn PlayStation 2. Like, damn. It's so fun sometimes just having like... I know some people is like... for example, there is a lot on Twitter right now. Oh, do you remember PlayStation 2? This is retro now. It's like, stop telling me I'm old. Like, I don't care about that. For me, it's just like, oh, the memories. That's what I think of. Why are you still so tired? I thought you were done with your thesis. I am, which also means I have to figure out what to do next. The possibilities are endless, but not boundless, so considerations are a complicated endeavor. Have you considered a break? I have. Say, innkeeper, if you had it forever, what would you do with it? They are actually half-elves. Wait, how does it work for half-elf? Do they have the lifespan of a human or a lifespan of an elf or in between? I'm gonna have to search that up now. Why did I ask that question? I have to search that up. God damn. Because I know she and Hex is a half-elf. Lifespan of a elf. Why was the first thing I saw airplane? Elves live indefinitely. They do not age in Middle Earth, but they can be killed or badly wounded. Okay, so in Middle Earth, that is basically just they live forever. There are other places where they are elves, but they also live forever, but in a sense they transcend. Bro, I played through Ace Attorney and finished the first chapter, and man, I forgot how fun it was. Yeah, I love it. Okay, half-elves have 180 years, often extending. But that is also from the 5th edition from D&D. I guess D&D is basically like the where people believe, like think of like the thing. But that is enough for me to understand that's the answer. But yeah, I love Ace Attorney. Why else do you think I keep playing all the games that comes out with that game? I'm having so much fun, and we are basically the last case of the second game. There is still the extra case, of course, that we're gonna play on the second game. But then we're going over to the third game. Oh, I both love it and hate it because we're close to the end. I still have games to play. I have a list of games to play, but it's just like I love that game. I never thought of that before. I like being an innkeeper, so I could just keep doing this forever. It's relaxing using a save. But man, watching you read the dialogue really spoiled, because now I'm too impatient and I just want to skip through all the dialogue. That's fair enough, actually. If you have seen a dialogue before, it's just like, you know what? Nah. Forever is a really long time. Isn't there anything else you would like to do? Fuck. The worst thing is that I would consider 2 of these things. I had a plan when I was 20 to someday, and I still have a plan, to get myself a van and rebuild it to a RV. Because I have seen some people do that, and I'm not gonna lie, it looks cozy as hell, and having that as a vacation thing, yes. So I would say, I would love to go on a road trip. But also playing the harp. I am not planning on playing the harp, but I have a violin. I'm gonna have to continue to try to learn. I am waiting a bit now though, because I don't have a way of learning it. So the worst part is, like, I'm content with my existence. Sort of, yeah, I have my plans, and this is just my own plans, not in-game plans. Fuck, I'm gonna do this because this is the bigger things. Really? Where to? Anywhere, really. Something I'm really not good at is traveling videos. I've said it before, I think, and one time. Honestly, I've finished the first game when I was a kid, but now I want to play the whole trilogy. But the thought of having to play through the first game again gives me a headache, so fair enough. Anywhere really. See the world, the forest, the seas. Stop by each of the 5 interplanetary portals and see what the hype is about. I was about to say, I'm not good with traveling videos, because I did the ones for the LEGO convention. A handful of people watched them, but people, like, 200 people watched the LEGO convention one, I think. Hold on, let me check. I'm kind of curious. There's a lot of curiosity in my mind. I'm a cat with a laser pointer. Bring something into my mind and I have to check it before I forget it. But yeah, it was basically like 150, 160 people. Yeah, no, that's the bonsai build. Yeah, Lego Trip 3, 236 people have seen that. Legit, I remember getting stuck in the samurai, and it took me like 2 days of me just going back and forth. So basically, we have the Lego Day Day 1, 3 people watched that. Lego Trip Day 2, 2 people have watched that. Lego Trip 3, and that's with the Lego, 236 people. That is the biggest I have ever had anyone watch my videos, ever. So, My thought was, if I ever got a van and I stream and stuff, I might just do a traveling video because, man, thank you so much. It's really fun that people watch that, and to be honest, I had really fun just going around with all the Lego and stuff. It was really, really fun just going around there, just doing bullshit things, just showing videos and things. I kind of want to see what people wants the most. Yeah, it is really fun. I had a lot of fun going there. Watching everything, watch a 3-year worth of Star Wars build. And I got to see that lovely face of yours again. Yes! That was something I was kinda off the first time I started doing that in the first video. Because it was like, I have recorded my face before, but it feels so off doing it again. Especially doing it in the public. But then after like doing it for 2 days, it just numbed in my head. Also, I just realized you don't have any background music. Sorry for that. Well, you should have. Tavern has. I'm gonna have to do this instead because for some reason my PC game sound doesn't work. But yeah, so if I ever got a van, one idea I had was to do like the people I see often with the vans on YouTube, to basically do like a road trip video. But I'm so shit at the whole trip part, and very good apparently about the result part. But I had fun actually making those videos. It is nice just making those. And it was the first time ever I used this microphone I'm using now. So whenever I said like I am uncertain if you heard me, I'm very like surprised you people were capable of seeing me, like even hearing me, especially around the cars. And also Maestro, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Speaking of your YouTube, it was really windy this morning and my sister played some classical orchestral music in her room. And that vibe just got me to watch your behind the frame video, and man, it's still good. Yes, I like that. I like that. Apparently there is a DLC, but I never knew about that. I would learn everything there is to learn, every language, instrument, skill, and facet of mortal existence. I would travel the plains with my brother and learn even more. I have an infinite amount of tea parties. Damn, that's a lot of tea parties. Shaky hands, don't know if I need to eat something or if it's because I haven't had any nicotine in more than 24 hours. That depends on when did you eat last. But I hope it gets better. If it is the nicotine, then I can't really say anything against that, because if you want to stop smoking or using any sort of nicotine, that's definitely up to you. And I would basically say good job for doing it early this morning. Wait, how long have you gone without eating? I would say probably start eating first, then you can check if it's the nicotine or not. Check the thing that is most important first. I'll come to those. When we were little, Hexa would always make all the stuffed animals dance around a little tea table. We didn't have money for music boxes, so he just made up songs for them to dance to. He sang them to me. He sounds like a really nice brother, even though he's absolutely chaotic. Well, like, what is the difference between these two? Yeah, we have the neutral good and the chaotic neutral. Gonna make a quick sandwich. Don't feel hungry, but easier to check. Yeah, I guess. Yes. Definitely. You should make time for that. It's your time after all. And besides, while you don't have forever, you do have quite a lot. Well, she's a half-elf. Over 180 years. That still is something. An elven lifespan is nothing to scoff at, even if you only get half. Not if you get the human side of the lifespan. Oh. That's less time. And like, is it just me or does she look older than she's supposed to be? Because I'm pretty certain she's supposed to look young. Did the game freeze or did my controller stop? Oh. Either that or I just pressed the wrong button. Yes, the sound of a witch. That has become a brewery. Yeah, 48 and 42. Like, they are old, but with thought of them being half-elf. It might be... Oh, I think I see now. They are... She's younger than he is, but I think he might have the elf lifespan, while she has more of the human lifespan. So that might be the reason, because I don't know. There's something with how she's drawn that she looks old, basically. Oh, that's less time. It is, but I'll make the most of it. What will you do next? I'm not sure. I was thinking about going to Ashfedal, the capital of the Magocracy. I can't pronounce shit. Spell things properly. Well, technically, you're spelling it properly. Just make them pronounceable. I heard the libraries there are 60 stories tall and rivers floating through the sky in an exuberant display of mana. Also, dude, I don't know why, but for some reason nowadays I've just been feeling tired all day. I don't know why. I don't know. Could be the weather, could be what you're doing under the days. Could be little sleep, I don't know. Back, and yes, I will eat this son of a witch. Wonderful. Yes, but X really wants to stay here. Likes Feosa, Zenith, the Ashen Grove. I think he likes how quiet it is, if you could believe it. Damn. He's basically the chaotic one. Ah, but at the same time, sometimes you like the opposite of what you are, because you are too much of what you are. I don't think he'd like the bustle of it all. You could just go without him. There's a Magocracian embassy in Sufford. Their teleportation is expensive, but reliable. I don't think he wants to go back to Sufford either. And I won't make him. He could teleport himself then? He really shouldn't. It's quite a long distance and he's always been awful at teleportation. He could take a ship. I appreciate the effort, but I think a ship would help make the distance... Wouldn't help, don't think a ship would help with a distance acceptable to him. Jesus. Take a ship! Not shit! Ship! I think he doesn't want to miss out on any adventures or celebrations or funerals. You can just tell him you want to go alone. But he'd be alone too. Just talk to him, Grace. Say something. Say anything. Say hello. That would be so funny. Just saying hello. They are brother and sister. They see each other every day. But just going to him saying hello, I think they would just confuse the shit out of him. But that would still be something. I don't want to spend our time together fighting. I just don't want him to spend it mourning with me either. You should tell him that. I can understand this game is basically like Valhalla and Coffee Talk. You pour out your emotions to the one serving you the drinks. But often the problem is they don't wish to speak to the other one they have to speak to. You'll have to get enough time to mourn you when you're gone. Unlike life that never ends. I suppose you're right. I'd like to leave something he can remember me by. Maybe I'll build my own wizard tower. Oh, I would love that. Well, to be honest, that's pretty realistic. Pretty realistic, I feel. True! The drunker you are, the more you tell. Wizard tower. It's often easier to talk about difficult things with people who are unrelated to the issue. I can actually see that. That is understandable. Please do. I love those. I also love a wizard tower. I've never seen one, mostly because they don't exist, but I would want to see one. Wait, what did she say? Did you hear about the one on Morley near Dulwell? The one with the infamous Magocratian fugitive. What is Magocratian? I know it's like magic and magician, but was it like Magocratian fugitive? Like, what is that for word? I love that they make up their own word for like making a world and just building it, but it confuses the hell out of me. The very same. It seems that this wizard has disappeared without a trace, leaving this tower vacant. Oh, can I move in? I've always wanted to stop by for tea, but I don't want to be rude and intrusive, so I haven't. I wonder what he left behind. I'm sure it's a collection of fascinations and impossibilities. Couldn't you just teleport in? To check? Oh, we have a rumor now. Because then you feel like that person won't directly get involved in the problem you have. Yeah, very understandable why most feel that way. Yep. You can't exactly teleport in and out of well-protected places willy-nilly. You might end up trapped or a whole other plane. Oof, or stuck in a wall. That's a... oof. Oof. Sorry, I don't know why, but the whole teleportation thing, I was like, if you miss something or move something wrong, makes me just like itch on me. Because I watched something that was called Haven, where apparently people are cursed with a power. And I mean, when I say power, some of them were powers and some of them were curses. For example, the bullet magnet. No joke. If you are close to the guy and shoots a bullet on the opposite side of him, it will basically just turn back. We have also like some stuff that if the person is crying, somebody dies. But basically there was actually one in that who was capable of moving through walls. But the problem is if they lose control over it, they will materialize in the wall. Ugh, and I just remember because the one we saw on that series was only one person. They managed to get stuck in one of those like barred fences. Not like a fence, but you know, like the gate with big iron bars sticking up, and like the whole bar just going through her goddamn body. It's like, oh, Jesus. Ugh. Peter, thank you so much for a raid and welcome, raiders. Why is that on the side? Hello? Well, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had a wonderful time playing some Final Fantasy. That's the name of the game. Thank you, thank you. We talk about tea and other stuff here. Hold on, we're gonna have to do this. Also, I have to realize how to spell Hita. There you go. Welcome, raiders. Welcome, denizens, citizens, and every visiting guy and gal in between. Jesus, I still am trying to figure out how to say that. But yes, my name is Lord of South. I am a variety streamer here on Twitch who just streams all different kind of games. And right now we're playing some Tavern Talk, which is hella fun. But yes, how did the stream go? I hope you had fun. I was mostly there because I was just seeing everything. Yeah, I'm a bit high, apparently. The problem is, I forget whenever I've said those things. I've definitely said it at some point. No one seems to know what happened to him, or who he ever was. And no one seems interested in finding out either. Isn't that sad? Oh, wait. Isn't that sad? A little. Show went without much of a hunch. When you say hunch, I'm guessing nothing went bad. I'm glad to hear that. My brain is like, Hitch. still believe the same. But yes, I'm glad it actually went well. It was nice just chilling in the stream, just lurking around for a bit. It was really nice to get into Final Fantasy again. Nice. I'm not really a person who plays often online games like that, or MMORPGs, so it's nothing really I have looked into. I might try someday, but only up to like the subscription thing, because I'm not too much for subscriptions. But yes. Looking forward to continue the story. Yes, it's always nice with stories. Like, I love the stories. That's why I play games. But yeah, I've mostly been lurking in streams because I have been working on this. I have now a stream starting screen where everything seems to be working as it's supposed to be. I think I have to fix the chat though. It still needs the thing. I think. I don't know actually. It might work. Ugh, but yes, we're playing some tavern today. So we are a D&D style bartender. I don't want to disappear like that. You won't. I'll tell your story as long as I'm around. Thank you so much, Maestro. Also, yeah, what's up, Kelly? And also, Raiders, if you like to stick around, if you could suggest you double-click my little icon so you don't become a streamer, but become a viewer. That would absolutely help me out a bunch. You should hide a turtle like that on the top shelf or something. That would be fun. There would be no reason for it, but it would also be fun, so I probably will try. Do understand, I'm making all of those meshes myself. I don't know how to make a turtle. How long is that? For as long as this world will bear me. You are very easy to bear. Thank you, Grace. Would like to stay a little while. Please, I find your ring truly inspiring. I think also, I just realized I think I have to like refix my... No! Wait a second! It's not the wall that basically is getting old and the tapestry is just being removed. The dragon has been climbing up to the shelf. That's why the tapestry looks like shit behind her. I just realized the claw marks. I know you can make a turtle. I will definitely try, to be honest. It's gonna look like a weird ass turtle, to be honest. I'll be here if you need a rubber. If you need a rubber duck, why would you? I'm counting on it. A lullaby? Why did I get a Oh, because they did a quest together. Yeah, that is a cool little detail, but something I didn't realize. Hi, Ironkeeper. Hi, you two. A drink, please. Oh, two, actually. Sure thing. Actually, what name are we going on with right now? Well, Aura is still fine. Thank you. Has it updated this? Because I'm uncertain what you were called last goddamn time. Where are you, you bugger? Aura. He has been named John Mashelin or something. Porcelain, I don't know. Oh, come on, that was a whole week ago. I was busy. Want to come up with a new one now then? Oh, I can come up with one. Sure. How about Kumo? No, please. Not because of Kumo. Just because he has way too goddamn many names. I don't even remember some of them. I didn't even remember his name was Aura first. I forgot about that. I feel like you look like a Kumo. It fits. He's stealthy as a spider. And just as cute. I'll take your word for it. They like spiders. Spiders are cute. To be honest, I don't really. Maestro, his name, he was called himself John one time. I'm not gonna call him John though, because he named himself John after a while. He has already been there. Could be called Edge. I would call him Edgy then, just because that's the best thing. Call him Edge works too well because of, like, Blade Edge. Edgy, yes. Our dreams. Can we get them now? Of course. Well, I could, but as I said, he has already called himself John, and I really hate trying to call him something he's already called himself before. That's why not John. Yeah, but you know what John Doe means. Yes, I don't fully remember where it came from, but I know that it's it's a name of an unknown person. So I know something sweet, bubbly, maybe. If you can find something like that. So I know of the name, it's just that his name was already John, and I know he's probably called himself John because of John Doe. You know. He's really like, he doesn't want to show his emotions right now, but something is basically trying to pop out. We have yet to read the letter back there that came from an unknown knight in a dark armor. Probably should read that. You just call him Brody. Jesus. Well, that is something. Sure, I can see if I can find the words you're looking for. Oh, okay, he needs the words back again. He has problem talking. And apparently, he often asks for this drink because he can't really, like, speak well without drinking it. You know, like the whole alcohol thing we talked about before. Easier to talk to people you don't know. I think a sunny breeze fits in perfectly. The problem is, what do I need here? Not this. No. Yeah, okay, yeah, this thing, I think this would work. It can also be Brody, but this dude is Brody for the sake of being Brody. Yeah, the only thing I don't like with him is how he always is like, oh, my name is this now. It's like, there's no reason for it. It's not like, I don't like this name, I'm gonna try something new. He just does it. Wait, how many did I do? Hold on, I'm gonna drink up one of these. Okay, yeah, good. Also, we're gonna pet Andu. Our trash dragon Andu is a wonderful little dragon. And yes, that's happened each time I just press the pet button. I'm petting him. Okay, what do I need? I have that, so he needs this. He made being Brody's entire personality. Sunny breeze, there we go. Well, definitely. I think, I don't really know anyone named Brody. Yes, I have Andu, which is my my trash dragon, my own familiar. But then after Kumo, don't tell me you actually changed name to Kumo in this goddamn thing as well. He named to Kumo, but yeah, Kumo here, or Aura, John, whatever his name is, Brody. When he and the little cat girl Melly here did a thing, they took with them one of the familiars because it needed a place to stay. So yeah, I have 2 dragons now because one of them is basically just a little decoration. Liquid charisma for those in need. Maybe you should try that. Do you want to send it back? No, I'm good. Glad to hear that. Fable, what can I get you? Maybe something that will make me feel like a cloud. Like I'm so light on my feet I'm practically floating. I can think I got something for that. This is something they did say on Steam they're gonna update, because what she wants is this. And it's easy. Swift Strike. They did say there was many of these people where you basically could do, oh, I want to be fast, Swift Strike. I want to be fast, Swift Strike. You did never need to do any of these. I just do it for fun, but I don't think I have anything that is speed other than Swift Strike. Wait, do I have anything on this side? No. No, I only have Swift Strike for speed. Interesting. There we go. They always like this one. To be honest, many who want speed like this one. The usual for the usual favorite. Thank you. It's delicious as usual. That's what I like to hear. I thought you had done something with your hair. I felt like something is off with Fable today, but I couldn't figure out what. Ah yeah, they used to have this long ass hair there, but now they decided to braid it. Oh, you do? Thank you. It looks really nice, right? Kuma braided it for me. Mate, this guy is definitely... What was it? Was it like chaotic good or something? Why am I going too far away? Yeah, chaotic good. He is chaotic, but he's way too good as well. He helped me calm down after we encountered the Mary Morgan. I want to be fast, drink done, and just a sprinkle of coffee. That just reminds me of a Ruby song, basically just called Coffee. He helped me come... Oh, Mary Morgan. But I should probably start at the beginning, right? I'd appreciate that. Alright, so... What happened at the beginning? The ship to Boreas. Right. I was a bit worried about the journey we were embarking on. After all, the sea around Boreas are famously hard to traverse. With all the wind magic around it and all. Wait, what? Nope, that is not coffee. The thing here, nope, that is definitely not coffee. Oh. Yeah, okay, now I know. Yep. 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 The funny part is, I did believe it was coffee, but for some reason, the two dots didn't strike me as odd. Yeah, now I know which one you're talking about. Why is it almost spade? Is it spelled the same? My brain was just like, yeah, this is coffee, don't worry about it. And my brain, like, I was just accepting the whole goddamn thing. 90s Coca-Cola special. Yes, definitely. But just before we left Zenith, we ran into Una in the midst of an arm wrestling match against Iniko. I don't think I met an Iniko. Had me face palming hard. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. For some reason I read it as Kofin. I was like, okay, yeah. My brain there went somewhere. And we took the opportunity to ask her for advice. Though maybe she had traveled there, maybe she had traveled there before. You could also ask me. She was closer. Fair enough. Right. Did you have a good advice? They are a bit of our nemesis, more or less. She did. With her help, we were able to avoid all of the dangerous maelstorms, sea stacks, and iceberg elementals. Wow. Your brain censored something that was already censored. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what my brain was thinking of. That sounds so bad. What is a sea stack? Also, iceberg elemental. Iceberg is bad enough, but the iceberg elemental. They must be moving around even more. It must have made for a very relaxing journey. Oh, it did. It was very inspiring too. We were able to see the dancing, colorful auroras in the night sky as we drew closer. They were starless, but still breathtakingly gorgeous. I even started on a song. It wasn't ready to be shared yet, though. I just wanted a sneak peek. Well, you should have snuck better. Says the what? Oh god. What is it? A sneak peek. Basically the one that is stealthy needed to do a better sneak. He failed the skill check. Try again. Oh, new song. Can I hear it?
It's not done yet. Thanks to Una, we made it to Boreas a lot faster than we had planned. We also docked far away from the typical explorer's world.
Sorry. I think the yawn come from because I'm still like in a food coma. I made some nachos before for us all. Wonderful.
It was completely abandoned by everything by nature. Everything but nature, as if no one but us had been there before. Kind of exciting. Very adventurous for sure.
As we headed inland, we were quickly swallowed by the fog that engulfs almost the entire island. It moved in strange patterns, creating an unidentifiable forms. I don't know why I had difficult saying that. Within the mist that hungered for life. The thickness rusted as we walked by with every move. By wind or by creatures, we couldn't tell. Trees were shaped strangely with shimmering portals, forming in their empty husks. Our own quiet breath were often interrupted by shrill shrieking sounds that seemed to come from right above us. So like you... Oh, that was popped by. I just saw something on my chat, that was the ad break thing. It was almost idyllic.
Or scary. It was mostly scary.
I wouldn't have minded strolling around until we ran into something roaming the island. But it was a little cold, so... I love the face reactions in this game. For example, Fable here now, just like looking around, and then just their face become darkened like that, like So, I found a local to ask for directions. While I wandered around, I came across a clearing surrounded by tall trees. Or rather, one tree. All of them were Yeah. Oh, thank you so much for the head pad! That's adorable. That's probably the first time I've ever been head patted on my own goddamn stream, because I don't have a redeem or anything like that. Thank you so much for the head pat. It should definitely like pop up something on the chat here so I can see things. Yay, head pat! We had head pats. Thank you so much for the head pats. Throughout one of their twisted connections, a waterfall with no discernible origin was flowing into a small pond. Also, for those who's wondering what that was, because as I said, I don't have the redeem for head pads because I'm using just a PNG. I use this. We use this for just doing a weird-ass thing on stream. We're using Sticky Bomb, which is actually kind of fun to do. They do have a few events that are going on right now, but you don't need to worry about them because, yes, some of the things costs money. For example, the roulette to the left here. There is a chance for you to gain 100 free points to use for stickers, or for me to win $100. And they also have the gift boxes, where it basically is giving the streamer a certain value depending on how much the box cost. Damn ads. And want to make it worse, got wow ad. Fair enough. I unfortunately can't give you a head pass because it's basically a lot of land in between. I was about to say ocean, but technically I could go to Finland and above there, and I think I could reach it without getting onto a boat. And in its midst rested a nymph. A real nymph! Doing taxes.
She was wearing a flower crowns for the fish. She was beautiful, with long black hair and skin that glistered in the sunlight being reflected off the waterfall. Yeah, Fable has always wanted to see a nymph. Yeah, I can absolutely understand that with WoW. I get so many WoW ads, I don't really give a damn. Reaching Finland without getting on a boat, you can just have to go far north. Well, I'm not talking about that. Finland was the first part. They are basically in Asia. I'm not gonna like dox I'm saying Asia. And I mean, I can basically, by taking trains and stuff, go far, because we don't need to go on a boat like that. But what I mean by that is, Finland is the first step. I could get up there without going on a boat. But I don't know if I ever have to go on a boat to be able to get to where Gani is to help Adam. Y'all ever just wondered how it would feel to get headbutted by a girl? To be honest, yeah. I think I have actually had that thought sometime. Her eyes were like sparkling gemstones, and her smile was full of kindness. She was alright, but also the only person around. Now it feels, I like giving headpats, don't like getting them. Fair enough. Absolutely fair enough, actually. So Fable asked her for directions? No. Fable asked her about everything but directions. I asked her for directions. She was very helpful. She even gave us a gift. Oh, a gift. That's sweet. She gave us an earplugs against the Banshee's song. Our bones wouldn't shatter. If a song causes about bones to chatter, I don't think plugging your ears will help, because it doesn't go through your ears, it goes through your whole goddamn body. Very helpful. Did you offer to write her a jingle in return? I did. She said if we were survived the encounter with the Banshee, I could come back and she'd think of what she'd need a jingle for. Oh yeah, that's the... I just realized that's the Now's emote. Yay, now emote. Who would she even advertise to? Frogs. And toads. Fair enough. I love how it's basically like, and what should you even do that for? They're animals of the forest. Their answer, yes. The Banshee was our first priority. So we stealthily made our way to the Lonesome Lagoon, with earplugs in our ears. We mostly walked and talked about our favorite dragonflies. As we finally approached the Lonesome Lagoon, the thick mist enveloped us. It suddenly became so cold we could see our own ragged breath. Jesus. That didn't really jump scare me, but that did come out of nowhere and got me actually like wide-eyed. And then we heard it. A song filled with all the sorrows of the world, compressed in a single note. The note E. Oh, sorry, I just had to. It sounded really nice. There was so much emotions in that song. Sadness, longing, yearning, anger. We wanted to be too polite and wait until she was done singing, but she just kept going like tears that wouldn't stop. So I decided to be a little rude and stepped forward and said hello. They said hello, Banshee. I really like your song. That confused the Banshee so much that she stopped. I love this game. Like, just the silliness of it all, it just makes me smile so wide. She smiled, bearing a row of deadly sharp teeth. She was very nice, actually. She asked if we wanted to steal from her lagoon. When we said no, she invited us to sing along. Did you? Of course. It was kind of fun. He is getting corrupted by all the people he's meeting. Make him wear pink. It was, and I thought, what better time to bring up the Mary Morgan but now. So I led with, I bet you do this with your girlfriend all the time, right? She suddenly looked at me with a hatred and anger, and then she just started screaming. I was very thankful for the earplugs at the moment. I think without them, my bones might have melted. Is melted bones worse than shattered? Yep. What?
Center free sticker. Wait, I missed the sticker. What happened? I am looking at my screen. What happened? I didn't see it. I missed it. Also, I completely forgot the text was actually up there. I would say so.
Fair enough. Because it sounded from them that melted bones was worse because they wasn't singing the screaming. Lol, it's not that noticeable. Imagine your body just collapsing with the bones having melted. I can imagine. We have seen Harry Potter. Wait, I have seen something similar as well where they melted someone's bones. But that was basically a cartoon. So that would basically do like similarity. I would say the closest would be probably Harry Potter with a goddamn wrist. That was our cue to leave. So I pulled Fable back into the thicket of the boring forest. Obviously we couldn't just leave it like that failure, so we looked around for peace offering. We found some spiky pink fruits with a pattern like a ghost tortoises on them. We thought you might like them. Ghost tortoises, I kinda want to see that. That just reminds me of like the bone things from Super Mario. She liked them enough to stop screaming at us, and we sat down at the side of the lagoon to talk. It's beautiful, by the way, right in the middle of the giant portal to the Twilight Chasm. It colors water is this deep dark blue with swirling clouds of darkness within. Yeah, I'd rather have broken shattered bones. Yeah, fair enough actually. There were bones floating in the lagoon too. Oh no, both sounds as painful as the other. It does, that's why I got so confused which one would be worse. Because it sounded from Fable here that melted bones was worse because she was screaming, rather than singing and shattering bones. I almost brought one for a tavern. Why didn't you? I'm gonna say that. I thought you wouldn't like it. I love bones. I keep that in mind for the future. Oh, melted bones. Yeah, that's way worse. The Banshee actually finished out some bones to fidget with. Or fished out some bones to fidget with. It stopped her from screaming every time she brought up the Mary Morgan. Or Marmor, as she called her. That's adorable. It turns out the Mary Morgan had been ignoring all of her calls. Sorry, my brain just went, what do you call within this world? Ever since the Banshee was crowned Gaia's scariest monster by Screech Mag-Assine. Love that. She told us that they carved a hole in the relationship that it caused a lot of jealousy. I love the mix of fantasy and just real life things. And she was disappointed that the Mary Morgan cared more about the stupid popularity contest as her. We asked her if she wanted to talk about it with the Mary Morgan herself, but she said that she didn't need to apologize for being scary. She was very thankful she got to talk about it though. She was holding it in because she didn't want to burden Baya with all the drama. She even offered us to spend the night at her nearby cave, which was really nice of her. Did you up taking a nap in her lair? They probably have banana phones. Yes! I would love to see that. Elves just being the guardians of a forest, capable of talking to other people, using bananas. Just using the banana phone. Oh, I would love that. Can anyone ever make a D&D session with that? I would want to see that just because of the shit and giggles. Imagine the feeling of your liquefied bones just slushing around in your body as you slowly deflate and technically everything would be then liquid. We thought about it, but it was filled to the brim with the dead. Wait, you actually mean riches of the dead, or do you mean like a lot of bones and dead? Which was far too alluring to allow us to fall to the call of sleep. They wanted to steal shit. Oh, you found loot, you have my attention. What did you find? Gold, bones, skulls, jewels of all sizes. And a loot. It was broken, but I picked it up anyway. I just love the bit. Like, there's something with all these different kinds of people that is just, one is, yeah, I am edgy as hell, and then the other one comes in, I found a loot by all the dead and gems. Like, you have your priorities, and I respect you for that. Melina showed me them in the book the other day. Showed you what? Hold on, I'm gonna have to check this because I think I missed something. Kimmer recognized it as a magical from the arcane markings. When the wizard in the software shows around his library, it was a mirror of far speech. It lets you speak to anyone on this plane, given that you've seen them before. Okay, this I can definitely understand how they can talk to someone in far distance with this. Wait, so you called Melly? No, we called the Mary Morgan. Ah, that makes more sense. How did it go? Well, how do you think it would feel to get your ears grabbed? Probably the same. Yeah, it is 646 there. It would probably feel the same as normal ear, except it's easier to actually grab onto them. To be fair, imagine the loot being magical and making anyone capable of playing amazing music. In that case, the loot would be worth way more than the gold and jewels. That is true. I can absolutely understand that is true. But, to be fair, Fable did not know it was magical. John, this guy, did know. That is definitely a way of seeing that, Maestro, and I can't disagree with that. Well, I had to be the one to make the call since Kumo had never met her. And when her face appeared, all I could do was stare in horror as she gazed back at me. I felt like I was back in the Ashen Grove, leading adventure to their doom, and I just froze. So I took the mirror out of their hands. Her first words were threats of what she would do to us if we had dared to harm the Banshee. Well, then we at least know it still cares about the Banshee. Of course we hadn't. That briefly calmed her down. Until I asked why she wasn't here. If she was so worried about the Banshee's well-being. Avoiding the question, she instead talked to us about the state of the lagoon. She complained that it must be incredibly loud with all the tourists and whatnot. I assured her there were no tourists, at least none that were alive. So she asked what I was doing in her lair then. Lol, legit riding and That's a vision. That's an image, definitely. And of her as a place to stay in her cave. I quickly realized that I picked the wrong things to say. Her eyes started bleeding black ichor, and she began cursing us out in tongues. The mirror cracked under her gaze, and started bleeding black water. It was terrifying. I've read way too much of off-brand manga. Yeah, fair enough. Not so good, it makes her go vroom vroom. Oh dear lord, what's going on in chat right now? Why do I feel I recognize that one? Yes, Nissile. I know Nissile. I don't know Nissile, but I have been in his Nissile stream. I think I raided him as well. Yes. After that happened, I thought that we shouldn't discuss our further plans in that cave. So I pulled Fable outside and we went for a walk.
The nymph had mentioned this in her enchanted flower field, where she collects flower for the fish. Collecting flowers for the fish, so we went there. I thought it might be a good spot.
It was a good spot, even though I couldn't stop for shaking for a while. I thought the flowers really helped, as did not being alone.
Was that when Kumo braided your hair?
It was, yes. My hair kept falling my face and it was overwhelming me. So he sat down and braided it away while I worked on rebuilding the loot. He said that some distraction would help. Talking also really helped. Even if I asked a lot of stupid questions.
They weren't stupid, just curious. Did you have a favorite one? They asked where I learned to braid hair, but that actually brought us further on our quest. How so? Well, I learned it from my mother. It's the only thing I feel I have left of her. It was her way of apologizing. She was never good with words. It made me think. Sometimes people aren't very direct with what they mean. I have heard of that, yes. Like the Mary Morgan. She didn't seem angry about Banshee outdoing her in some fear pageant. She didn't even mention it once. She only got upset when she thought we had hurt the Banshee. Or when she thought we were tourists. Or when we said we were staying in that cave. Like she was jealous of something entirely different from some issue of Screech Mag-Air-Scene. Oh, good God.
We talked it through and decided we had to get the two of them to talk face to face. Obviously, it would be difficult because of the distance, but
I had taken the mirror with me when we left, though I thought it might be useful. Ever the thief? Indeed. I used it to call Baya. I asked her to tell the Mary Morgan to come to Boreas. Fable mentioned she can teleport via plants, however that works.
oh, she can.
You should try it out, it's nauseating. Why would you say it like that? She can. You should try it out, it is nauseating. Jesus, why can I only pronounce things once and not twice?
I think we'll pass. While we went to talk to the Banshee, Kumo picked up the Mary Morgan.
And she and I really connected on eyeliner techniques. Yes, you did. I just love that I can basically choose what sort of quest, not what quest they go on, but how they take it. And this is how it ended up. When we arrived at the lagoon, they were immediately ready to claw at each other's throats. That was such a master line. It really is. And not in a fun way. But somehow we managed to convince them to sit down.
We tried to get them to talk out their feelings, but they just kept talking past and over and away from each other.
Arguing about an issue that didn't exist.
So I had this crazy idea. I took out my new flute and asked them if I wanted to write a song together. They declined and insisted their voices would clash, but I thought at the very least it'd stop them from arguing. Kumo helped me convince them, summoning tiny rain clouds pitter-pattering in a gentle melodic hymn. To inspire them to give it a try, we asked them to pull all of their emotions about the whole situation to a song. In the end, they harmonized together perfectly, like their voices were made for each other and the gentle hum of a lute. Also, yeah, what's up, Kali?
It was beautiful.
And a little bone-shattering, but very romantic, in a bone-shattering way.
Imagine a UFO lands on your lawn and this go-bird comes out. I would run. Away.
Most importantly, the song finally got them to understand each other. Like Kumo had suspected that Mary Morgan was scared, not jealous. now that the Banshee was popular. She feared the Banshee would become really busy with tourists visiting all the time. She assumed she wouldn't have time for her anymore. But the Banshee assured her she didn't care about any of the tourists. Only about to marry Morgan. And Baya, of course. We told them to talk to her too, and mentioned how much she had been missing them.
I thought you were gonna say I would run towards it. Nope! I said I would run, but then I realized I would either mean to it or from it, and I directly meant from it. Is the city still in ruin back there? It kinda looks like it is. Did you invite them to your barbecue?
No. After the outpouring of emotions, they wanted some time for themselves.
The quest was done. It had only taken us 2 days, which was really efficient. Come on, give your son a little love. That it's meant to be cursed, and I am not going towards something that is cursed. Unfortunately, we hadn't told the ship to pick us up in 3 days. So we were trapped on the island. So you swam back? What? No. What's wrong with you? I would just pulling up my gun. The usual. What's wrong with you? The usual. I could definitely say that for myself. What's wrong with me is just the usual.
We started brainstorming about what we could do while we waited. So I asked about the cheesecake recipe.
Oh, I completely forgot about the cheesecake recipe. Or that. There are some good emotes out there. I like my emotes as well.
They don't have any taverns on Boreas. It was a stupid idea.
It wasn't. Somewhere on the island had to be something to bake a cheesecake in. Did you find that something?
We did, but it turned out it turned into its own small quest. First, we had to find the right place for our little adventure. We met lovely gnomes living in their little mushroom houses, and they offered us let us use their ovens.
I know that gnomes sometimes are like knee-high, perhaps even less, like shorter. Well, just objective eliminate, yeah, kinda. But when they say mushrooms, I feel like they're like as small as a goddamn Smurf. What? How would even that work to make a cheesecake in an oven like that to giants like this then?
But they were too small, so they introduced us to the local Toad Hill giant. Its kitchen was enormous, but it was easy to work in, and then that was too small.
Okay, that makes more sense, and apparently, yeah, they might have been Smurf size.
And then the gnomes, the nymph, and the giant helped us to gather ingredients from all across the island. So we were able to make enough cheesecake for everybody. I burned mine a bit. But when we made the second batch for the ship crew, they were already starting to turn out better.
Yep, terminate hostiles. Oh, good god.
Kuma is a really good teacher.
And you're a really good student.
Oh, thank you. The cake really lifted the crew's spirit on the journey back. We agreed to teach them the recipe once we hit the island. Afterwards, they invited us to the captain's birthday party. They even introduced us to a traveling obelisk who sang us a song of the ancient.
Wait, an obelisk is one of those standing stones, right? And a basilisk is a monster. Traveling obelisk who sang us a song of the ancients. Okay, I'm not gonna question that. I can't even fathom what that even means.
It showed us a shortcut through the Riolint mountain range where we met some flaming songbirds.
And now you're here.
And now we're here.
Well, I can't... Should I do the second one? I see, well, I'm glad you came back, but I did have the thought that these two are absolutely adorable together, and I just saw the second answer. I'm glad you two didn't run off into the sunset together. Please, am I gonna do that? Am I gonna do this to them? I have knives, and one is a bayonet knife, where the blade itself is 20 meter, like knives. I have like a survival knife, but it's not the sharpest, even though I can make it sharp. It has an empty handle because you can like store things in that. Should I do this? Should I do this? Fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
I would never not tell you about my adventures.
Both of them started sweating. That's not what I meant. Oh, yes, I love this. It just seems to me like you really enjoy your time together. Both of them started sweating when I said that. They know exactly what I'm talking about, but they refuse to listen. I thought maybe you wanted some more. Where are you two going next? Oh, I really shut them both up, didn't I? I should probably talk to Melina. She was pretty mad when I left. I guess I should apologize while I still can. Why do you sound like you're dying? Good idea.
Do you want me to come with you?
No, I think I can do it. I need to do this alone, or rather with her. And I have to check in on Rufus too. Did the two of them have some adventures under the blanket? Unfortunately, I don't think they used the elf's ears this time. But they basically got the hint that I might have believed something similar.
Maybe Hex taught her some fun magic tricks in the meantime.
You left her with Hex.
And with Grace.
Yeah, Grace is actually sitting here.
Oh, don't worry. Nothing was set on fire. Everything was just frozen solid.
I should go. But before I go, do you maybe want to do... I brought a match and I started a flame. This might just turn out to be a forest fire, I don't know.
Oh, like hanging out together? We could play charades with the werewolves.
Oh fuck. No, yes, we're gonna create a forest fire. Oh, he's looking so happy now as well.
Did you?
Maybe I did.
Oh.
But his flirting is worse than ogres. I can absolutely agree, but for some reason hearing these two taking care of each other on the adventure, they felt so adorable together that I could not stop pushing it into this direction.
Okay, that sounds really fun.
Cool. Oh, come pick. I'll see you around. I don't know if he's trying to still be edgy or if he doesn't even know what to say. I can't even make his voice now just because of the
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. I started something here, and I regret nothing. I regret nothing.
He asked me on a date.
He did.
That's... Oh. What do I do now? Do you think Archie has a book on dating? Or should I ask the Hider for advice? It probably knows about dating, right?
Archie is still on his quest. Also, I'm right here.
You're right. What should I do? Ask Chris. I would love it for my answer to basically ask someone else. I am here. You can ask me, but you have to ask someone else. No one said you. No, I am starting this forest fire. There we go. Or wherever it takes you. The only thing I kinda am annoyed by when answering questions in this game is that just goes where it takes you is technically what I'm saying as well. So it doesn't make that a text, it continues on that text, which kinda makes it odd because I don't always read the questions. Or the answers. Or where he takes you. Hopefully somewhere nice. I do feel safe with him, so maybe I should try trusting in this more. Mostly I think you should just be honest with him. He seems to like you for who you are, so there's no need to hide. That's the scary thing. Why does he feel that way? Because you're very lovely? People saying that. Oh boy, this sounds like a car crash about to happen. The worst part is, I think it's gonna go fine. But I can definitely say this is a reverse car crash then. As I said, I'm starting a forest fire right now. I don't know if it's gonna end badly or end good. But I'm starting some sort of flame. That's for certain. People keep saying that, but sometimes I just feel that lovelier hiding, you know. To me it sounds like it's perhaps a bit too late for that. Sorry for listening in, you two were just very sweet. Yes, they were. Why did you think I actually pushed them this way? It's okay. I also thought it was very sweet. He was very sweet. But now that he's gone, I have time to think again. And I'm not sure if I was supposed to be that type of sweet anymore. Maybe I was just being nice. He asked you on a date because he was just being nice. Fair enough, actually. Well, maybe. He felt bad for me, or something. They are definitely overthinking things. I think so as well. I just think it will end good after crashing into a brick wall. Definitely. But for some reason I feel like this is the brick wall. I will try to smash them through it. Innkeeper dear, I think Fable might be in need for another drink. Maybe something to untangle her thoughts. Something for a quick escape from all this overthinking. That sounds good. I'll see what I can do. I don't think I have anyone here that could have good dating advice. Who do I know actually? Hold on. Another Swift Strike, I guess. Definitely not, because he has an ex which is a vampire queen. Too grumpy. Too alone. Too single. She's too... I don't know. Up nosy. She probably doesn't really give a shit, to be honest. Grace is probably the only one. Voyage... I don't know if he could help at all. I realize his image is more decorated than anyone else's, holy crap. But he is technically a singer and might be able to help out. This might be a barbarian, but he's probably the loveliest person I've met. He might help. Baya could probably help. Melia is way too young. Una... I'm pretty certain her thought of date would basically be a arm wrestling match. The one who wins is on top. Oh god, I could not resist that one, that was way too much. I don't think a flamboyant singer is a good help for this. The problem is he seems to be the only one that is like the whole flirting thing. So that was like my only thought, that he might be able to help, but you're right in that sense, yes. Other than that, I don't think there is anyone else capable really of helping. We don't really have that many that actually knows too much about it. Actually, I didn't really check the guys, actually. The guys might know something. Who do we know here?
Hold on. Oh yeah, X. They are going to a date, so I'm not gonna check. I don't think so. He has been way too, like, kept inside to even understand. I am not letting them alone with this thing. Too much chaotic. Probably. But, yeah, I would say this one would be the best. Not because of, like, the hat and everything, but he's, like, normal in a sense. And probably could help. These two, I would say, is the best help. Yeah, but both parties in this flirt game are awkward as fuck and not used to this. Yes, exactly. I don't have anyone that is used to the flirting, that's the problem. I would say Scully and Grace is probably the only two that is normal enough to at least help somewhat. Does this help?
Very much so, thank you. I feel like I can uncurl the yarn ball that is my brain. What do you think I should do?
What do you want to do?
I want to go on our date and I want to get to know him better. Maybe even get him to know me better too. Do you think he would like that?
Yes, because that's why he asked you probably. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even think anyone would go out on a date in this game. It didn't even occur to me. I think so, yes. It seems like you don't need our answers, you have yours already.
Sometimes do you feel like I need permission
to listen to my heart? Understandable, actually. I can definitely understand that.
Did you know you can give that permission to yourself? I forget that every time, but no, you're right. I think I know what to do now, somewhat. But I'll figure the rest out.
Hold on, they added something for Fable. I have to read this. With their building faith in themselves, they are beginning to enjoy new things instead of being terrified of them. Learning how to play instrument, performing songs, and actually letting people close. This process will take some time, but they have come a long way already.
Wonderful! There's nothing wrong with being scared, as long as you don't run from the things that makes you happy. You're right. It took me a while to realize that running is so easy, you know. You always know where to go, away. But staying, you have to actually look at yourself, figuring out what part is and everything. That can be a lot. But when I was on a journey back from Boreas, dancing with Kumo to the music of the navigator's fiddle, I think about how I would have never gotten to that point if I hadn't put myself out there. I realized that life is so much more than a constant game of hide and seek from the things that truly mean something. And I decided to stop running from my life, even if I'm scared. I want to do my best to face my problems, even though it's terrifying. I know I'm not alone.
Is this still about Kumo?
No, it was never a problem. It's one of the reasons I'm not alone. Just like you. With good friends by my side, I can do anything. It might not be as impressive as you hope, but it will be me, and I'm excited about that.
Me too.
I'm really proud of you, Fable. Thank you for everything, especially the great advice.
That was really great advice. Maybe you should take some of it to Grace.
Maybe you should.
Touché.
But we all conquer life at our own pace. My personal next Goliath is going to be reapplying my lip gloss. And maybe some blush. I do feel a little pale. Can I borrow a mirror for Beating Keeper?
Of course. There are some free rooms and mirrors upstairs next to the acorn chimes. Kinda interested to know how they even would make a sound. Just ignore the door with a do not enter sign. Why do you have a door like that? I want to go there now. Do you know that, like, the thing with a big red button, you always want to press it? It just says there's a door there now that sticks out more than anything in the middle of everything that is normal. I want to go there now.
You shouldn't have said that. Now I want to check. Please don't. I won't. I won't. I promise. I'm polite.
I forgot which voice I did.
Or am I?
Don't open the door!
Let's hope she won't find out all the nightmare creatures you have locked up there.
Let's. Do I have nightmare creatures up there? What am I feeding them? What do I even feed them? I might just feed them to something.
Have you ever visited the Twilight Chasm?
Not for long enough to capture any creatures.
I see.
I think we don't have so much to say right now. Opens door, you shouldn't have done that. Time for chop chop. Yes, time to chop chop. I don't know why I said it like that, but chop chop. Something just popped up on my something that said that my video thing is overloading and I should like lower something. But nothing is going wrong. Even my CPU doesn't like do anything too bad. It's like 1.4%. 0 dropped frames. Why? Nothing is overloading, OBS. What the fuck is going on with you?
What are you thinking about, Innkeeper?
No, you know, Innkeeper things.
I don't know. I mean, since I'm not an innkeeper and all.
Right. That song you mentioned, and when you started writing on the ship.
I know it's not done yet, but...
Oh, I know it's not done yet, but how about a little sneak peek? To see if it would make for a good jingle.
I don't think it's jingle material, but I don't mind sharing it with you. Just keep in mind that it's work in progress.
Of course.
There's a calling on the wind beneath the talk of the keep. I've heard the tales, set the sails, now it's time for me to leave.
That sounds like a great opener.
So you like it?
It's wonderful. Can't wait to hear more.
Me too. But it's still a little rough around the edges. I feel like I'm missing something.
Maybe the next adventure?
Maybe.
Will you let me know when it's done?
Of course. I can't wait to show you the finished version.
Thank you, Fable. I'm proud of you.
For maybe finally finishing a song?
For not running.
Oh, thank you. Me too. Innkeeper, do you ever think about taking your own advice?
All the time, yes. Do I do it? Never.
Why don't you?
I don't know. I guess it's easier to listen to others than listen to yourself. I don't know.
It's hard, I know, but I promise I believe in you as much as you believe in me. And I know we'll both be okay.
I would like that.
Me too. Well, I've talked a lot today. I'll give you some space.
Maybe it's time to stop running. Should I? Is it time to read that letter? Yes! I want to know what's in that letter. It's easy to give advice than to follow it. Even if it's your own advice. Sometimes that makes it harder to follow. It really does. It's strange, but it really does. But yeah, we got that letter in the beginning, just before the starfall, from a guy in I think it's like a dark armor or something. That I believe they said called us their friend or something, but I don't know. Or they were my friend. Fuck it, just read it. I am so curious. Oh, that was easy. I gave myself advice by basically, should I do it? Yes. Oh, that was easy. I guess I've been wanting to for a while. Oh. Let's hope for no regrets. My dearest friend, long has it been since we talked last? Long has it been since everything has been
seared away by the cold flames of death. I wish I could still remember our last conversation, but it's one in memory. I can only imagine how you enjoyed running away, wishing to forget whatever was between us. Maybe you did for a brief moment, for these 30 years. If you did, I'm writing this letter to kinda remind you of the good old times. To celebrate our reunion, I invite you to the spectacle of this century. The last day of the astral moon, welcoming the first light of the dying moon. For the realm of...
Am I is it two at... Oh, Nabi! Welcome to the stream, and I do hope you have a wonderful weekend and have a wonderful lurk as well. I'm gonna do this because you're a wonderful being as well. Bam! There we go. Wonderful. Okay, so I want to read that as tuat, because if I don't, I will read this as twat. That is not a good idea to do at all, so I'm gonna call it tuat. Again, how old is this innkeeper and what race are they? Because it sounds more and more like they're old, but a really long-lived race. Yeah, like, I don't know what race we are. Yes, that. Because it's a normal V there, but it just becomes that then. I could do tvat, but that's gonna be difficult. I'm gonna call it tuat. Just for safety reason. Dying Moon. Where the realm of Tuat is just a grasp away. Are there any spirits you'd like to remember? Are you afraid of what they might tell you? Worry not, I'll be right there. Watch the sight closely on the 35th of Cassiopeia. See you soon, an old friend. 35th of Cassiopeia, wasn't that when the star began to fall? I don't know. Gather the courage to open the letter. A mysterious letter, yes. That was... I guess you've always been a fan of symbolism. But you didn't even leave any address. Very irresponsible. Why do you look like you're a... He said the word. He said to us. Pardon? No time. Duck. Now! What's going on? Are you okay? Do you need help? Healing? Something is coming. Something big. Your next show? What? No. There is no time. Is the ground... Oh. Why is it that every time... Whoa. Why is everything flooded outside? I thought first it would... Okay. I first thought I was an earthquake. Under the sea. Under the sea. Where the... Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I thought there was an earthquake. And apparently our window cracked. But I just realized there's a wave on top there. I was like, what? Okay, if the map changed, I'm gonna... It didn't. Okay. Phew, that was a close call. Could have been really dangerous. What just happened? Why? Is there water outside the tavern? Under the sea. Oh god. I'd also like to know the answer of that, but yeah, I was about to say, each time I have been dealing with the one giving me the letter, something has happened. I am not joking, because the first time the star fell, now we read the letter, and now there is an ocean outside. There's always an ocean outside, but it's about to be inside soon. Okay, I know, also, at the same time, I know this is all fantasy, which makes things making sense. But if the water is this far up here, how far up is it in the rest of the world? Like, is every of my patrons safe? I'd like to know the answer of that question. I got no clue. I was just outside by the woods, drafting my newest song, when the ground beneath my feet began to rumble. Not even a minute passed and it rumbled again. And then a wall of water came rushing towards me. I didn't even dare to wait. I ran immediately, looking for shelter. Yes, exactly. I don't remember the lyrics, that's why I can only sing Under the Sea. And then it's just like... No way I was going to let my hagium get wet. These strings are made from really Shaben silk, and the body's ethereal bamboo. It's a rarity.
That's the first thing going through your mind with a giant wave rushing right at you.
Of course, this instrument is just as valuable as my hands. And just as versatile. Hi, Grace.
Is everyone alright?
I think we all in here all alright. We probably should check if someone's swimming outside right now. How is Melly doing? Wait, she's a little cat girl. Is she fine? This would be a nightmare for her.
Grace, dragons, you're alright. I was worried something had happened to you.
She was inside the tavern, and if something has happened to her, I am certain something would have happened to us.
Oh, don't worry. When the wall started rumbling, I hid under a table, and then I watched the water rush by the window. It was like a tsunami, but tsunamis are very rare, if not impossible. So far into the mainland.
By the way, how biased is the innkeeper is with everything that happens? I'm starting to wonder if they are some kind of eldritch horror or such. Yeah, that's what we discussed before. We don't know this guy's race because sometimes he jokes about being a dragon. But dragons in this world, if I'm not mistaken, are basically like gods. For example, one of them is what's keeping the heavens up and stuff like that. Blaze, like unimpressed. A blaze. Oh, I have never heard that word before. Okay, then I understand. Thank you so much for the explanation. Eller blaze. I don't know, something like that. I won't say blaze. Blaze. I cannot. Me and pronunciations is always bad. But yeah, so like there have been like jokes about him being extremely old, but also just it's only been 15 years or perhaps 10 years. Or then even like you might just be a dragon. Like I don't know, because that's the thing with not tavern talk, coffee talk. It was the same thing there. You just first thought you were some sort of person, and then in the end it was like, hi there. Like, oh, that explains things.
Right. It's so strange. Everything seems to be submerged out there. I wonder what could cause such a cataclysm. It's worrying to say the least. And it's definitely too dangerous to go outside.
Please don't, because you will invite the danger.
Even the tavern is leaking.
Don't worry, it'll withstand.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. I gotten through worse than this. If they have gotten through very worse than this, and none of these people even know about that, yeah, he is probably more ancient than an elf. I mean, it's gotten through worse than this. I wouldn't have thought it could withstand this sort of thing. But even more so glad it can. Seems to be a simple yet very sturdy tavern after all. Just like you, innkeeper.
Are you flirting with the innkeeper?
What? Me? No! Also, that's beside the point. It is. He just called me sturdy and simple. I wouldn't count that as flirting. You wouldn't? Not really.
Oh, I just hurt his feeling. Poor lad, to be honest. Right, back to the point. Did you see exactly what happened? Not really. I was listening to the whistle of the wind on the treetops, just jotting down notes for my next song, when suddenly a horde of silver-crested deer rushed past me. Before they could trample over me, I jumped on the rock I was sitting on and watched them gallop downhill. Then I saw water break through the canopies, snapping trees in half, like they were shashlik skewers. I wasted no second. I turned on my heel and, knowing I'd be done for if I waited just a moment longer. Then I was here and I told you to duck. That sounds horrible. Are you right? Are you hurt? I'm fine, thanks. And anyways, with who do I have the pleasure? You're talking about me, Beamblaze? This guy is basically like, I can talk about the bad shit, but let's just go over to the women I'm talking to. Nice to meet you, Grace. I am... Oh my, you're Voyage, aren't you? The silver-tongued virtuoso. Probably. I know his name is Voyage. It probably could voyage out of here sooner or later. Yes, that would be me. Oh, my apologies. I didn't mean to push any boundaries. But I saw you perform at the Dropstone Institute campus at that one time. And I must say, you pulled all of my heartstrings with your beautiful performance. Oh, I did that. What? Yes, I was awestruck by what music you could do. It was like magic in its very own way. Music can be very soothing in moments of distress. Were you distressed back then? A little. I don't remember exactly why anymore, but I remember the emotions. But not more distressful than I am right now. I hope Hex is safe and well. I'm sure he is. Shoot! Did you see that creature swim by? No? Was there actually creatures swimming by? Because I don't know what they actually add in this game sometimes. Oh, what? Where? It looked like a red-winged eel. Why would eels need wings? And also, that's terrifying. Oh, haven't seen one of those in ages. Where is its natural habitat? Actually, the Twilight Chasm. Why is it here? That makes things worse. Because if it comes from another plane, that means the water doesn't come from the ocean. Something isn't right. You're shitting me, Grace. Something isn't right. Have you seen outside the window? I would start to call this play the Nautilus. Yeah, it unfortunately happens. I have them up because if I have the lesser ads I have, the more like, I don't know, joining in ads there are. So that's why I have a mixed point of ads, so there is enough but too little, so it's not like it's always ads which time you enter or leave the place. So yeah, unfortunately there are that many ads, and unfortunately they are gonna continue. I'm afraid you might be correct. I'm also afraid. I'm very afraid, very much so. Don't think it's safe to go outside, yeah. Of course not, you should all stay for the night. Would that be possible? Of course, the tavern will withstand this. And a bit of company wouldn't hurt. I agree. Thank you, innkeeper. Say, you with the lute, what's your name? Fable. My name is Fable. Do you play the lute, I mean? Sometimes. I'm still practicing and not all that good with it yet. How about we play together? A song or two to lift our spirits and wait out the catastrophe going on outside. To be honest, He might be the one flirting a lot, but that is not really the worst idea. It's very untuned. It goes out of tune really quickly. But I guess that's a loot thing. Wait, can you tune a lute or flute? Wait, what is a lute? No, wait. Now I'm thinking a lute is basically like a flute, but no, a lute is. What is a lute? A lute is like a guitar-looking thing. Am I wrong? What the hell is a lute? Okay, yeah, it is a little guitar-looking thing. That, yes, it can go out of tune. For some reason, in my image, I thought she had a flute-looking thing. Oh, when she said out of tune, I was like, excuse me, how do you even tune a flute? I gotcha. You show it to me and I'll help you, and then we'll jam until the new dawn rises. I would say I would rather be glad if the water is setting. Blub blub, sleep with the fishes. I just got a achievement called blub blub. 18th of the astral moon. Is this after or before the day of the letter? I don't know. Is there still gonna be water? Is every bug... Yeah, everyone is gonna swim in here apparently. Grace! Is Grace here? Oh, good mythical morning to you too, Eggs. This isn't funny, Innkeeper. Tell me she's here. Please tell me she's here. She is. I'll let her know you're here too. Oh, thank you. Like the dragons, I was worried sick. So sick. She'll be happy to know you're safe and sound too. Flood was enormous, and if she had gotten caught up in it. Oh, no, I won't even begin to imagine. Then don't. How about a drink to calm your nerves? Yeah, a drink sounds great. Something will untangle my thoughts and help me focus. I'll see what I can do. I really would want them to actually update the map as well, so now there's a big-ass pool over here. Because this is actually where we are. Okay, you want something... Yeah, something with brain power. Okay, so I need something with... swords... mind... So two mines would work as well. Because then we only need one mine here. Then we need one of these. Are you good, Andu? Yeah, he seems to be good. There you go. I think you need something more alcoholic, but we already talked to the ghost and werewolf last time. We don't have anything like that. Maybe this helped clear your mind. It does, at least a little bit. Thank you, Innkeeper. Hex, good to see you're safe and well. You too. Where have you been? Alright, did you get hurt? I'm fine. The Innkeeper and yesterday's superstars took good care of me. Just as you took good care of us. The least we could have done was be there for each other. How have you been, brother there? Did you get hurt? No, I was worried about you. The whole night locked up in a damn house. All I could think about was how the flood might have... Why didn't you tell me you were going to the tavern? I looked everywhere for you. Oh, sorry. I didn't know I needed your permission to go outside. But that's not what I'm trying to say. Then what are you trying to say? That you could have gotten hurt. I wouldn't have known. I don't expect a tsunami to hit Gaia every day. That wasn't in the foreseeable future, Hexy. Uncontrollable things happen. And when they do, we do our best to overcome them. Also, I can protect myself. Still, how am I supposed to know that you were safe? I'm an adult, you know. You could try trusting in my capabilities. Furthermore, Sour was very useful last semester. Sour? Protective sigils and other remedies. Ah, fancy that. Also, the tavern itself is very protected by my own brand of sigils. That at least is something. Yes, I'm very thankful the innkeeper and his tavern kept me safe. I didn't mean to worry you. I didn't plan on being gone for too long, but then the flood happened. Okay, sure. How you been holding up? Is the house alright? Apart from the minor damages and some leaking in the roof, I suppose it's fine. I wasn't even aware of the approaching flood until the house foundation started trembling. I was busy in my workshop, harvesting the essence of Dimension 567 for my research. I hope you didn't rip a hole in the fiber of magic again. The worrisome part is again. I didn't, and even if I did, you couldn't have stopped me. You weren't there after all. Right. But I can't scold you now. You won't want to when you find out I actually managed to harvest something. You did. That's amazing. What a huge breakthrough. That would mean I created a tiny rift to the astral realm. I got my hands on some stardust. Well, sort of. How? I got an astral shard when the star fell. Ah, I see. There's still the issue of never knowing exactly what might come through when you open these kind of rifts. It could be anything or anyone. Like creatures. Oh, for example. That wouldn't be good. Yeah, it wouldn't. Because when your sister disappears again, you wouldn't know if she got eaten by a creature or is just out of a stroll. Hex, cut it out. What? We get it, alright. I went away, you were worried. We get it, but I'm my own person. And I can do what I like. She says that now, but yesterday she was talking a lot about not being able to leave this guy alone. Which I kinda understand now. I'm getting tired of this. Well, me too. But then stop. I don't want to fight. Then don't. Sorry. Does anyone have a knife? Because I want to cut the tension here. Slap them. Yeah, that also probably would work. That's fine. We shouldn't spend our time fighting when there are so many more interesting things going on. How about a wee bit of distraction? Oh, we go outside and see if we can take sample of the floodwater. Exactly. Who knows, maybe it holds the spectacular and rare magical properties. Oh, that sounds lit. Maybe it'll help me finish my long-term research project. Possibly. Though, to access the primordial vortex, you need primordial seawater, I know, but who knows what we'll find. Don't forget to fill me in on your research. Theopractically, I don't tell you anything, but only theopractically. This dude is insane. I wouldn't have expected anything else. Thank you, Innkeeper, for hosting me this night and all. See you soon. Alright, there we go. You two seem to be good. Good morning, you two. Why do you need your own music when you come into a place? Or is it because both of these started singing last night? Good morning, you two. Did you sleep well? As well as we could, with a sweet song of stormy waves pattering against our windows. So very well with inspiring dreams. As long as you don't have a nightmare of it just rushing in. Glad to hear that. Your impromptu concert certainly helped me sleep. Because it was so boring? No, because it calmed my nerves. All of the nerves, I think. Not that I have any. You don't have nerves? Is that a phantasm thing? No, I
I mean those metaphorical nerves.
Oh, you get those too?
No, of course not. I am boy. I love it. Like I don't have nerves. Oh, is that a thing for your race? Like, no, I'm not talking about those. Oh, good god. Well, yeah, sometimes. Most when I have to perform. Isn't that embarrassing?
Not really. That also make me nervous.
Oh, though. I have to say, last night performing with you for Grace and the Innkeeper, it was kind of relaxing. I could just lose myself in a performance without having a worry about what anyone would think of me. Not that I ever do, but it was nice. We should make more music together sometimes. Yeah, I'm gonna just help out. Maybe you can collaborate. Really? That would be awesome.
Well, actually... Yes, you're right. That would be awesome. I think working on together could be fun.
I love that it's not just a game thing, but it actually is a world thing, that they can't swear in here. Oh, sorry. Hooray! I love that. I did love also the first time that ever happened, they actually had to try over and over again. It's like, why can't I swear? Because I have put a spell on this place for the children's sake. I'm looking forward to our grand collaboration. And charming you with it, Innkeeper. Alright. Are you expecting something else? I suppose to say, looking forward to it. I'm very much looking forward to it. As I thought. Are we gonna be cool together? The coolest. Too cool for me to describe. I feel like I am just trying to help Fable, and I am just already fed up with this guy. I already know will blow you away. I'm counting on it. Expect me not to be there because you blew me away, quote unquote. Sleeping past in the shadows. Enough chit-chat. I would check up on the village. Maybe someone needs a good song to cheer them up. The funny part is that... Yes, I think they would need more help. But with thought of what sort of world this is, and he is a bard, it would probably help with some sort of song. As long as it fits the mood.
I'm sure Baya would love one.
I think Baya was probably cheered up by a good flood. But speaking of her, you can hand out some of her spa coupons for me. Sure thing, her spa rocks. I shall start by enlightening Grace. Is she still here? No, she just left to get with Hex. Something about primordial water. Those wizards. Always catch up. I'll try to catch up to them. See you soon. Don't finish the song without me, Fable.
I'll wait for you. Can I get one of those coupons?
Sure you can. Just make sure to tell Baya I sent you.
Oh, of course. What a strange morning, or exciting morning. Both, I think.
Would you like a morning drink?
Oh, please.
Did we ever... Would you like a morning drink? Yes. What would you want? Apparently I already know. To be honest, it is kind of obvious. They always want this. There we go. Alright. And a little bit of this. I would say a little bit of magic, but I'm pretty certain everything here is 100% magic. A drink with 0 primordial water. Maybe. It might have dropped in somewhere.
It does taste a little primordial and very delicious.
Perfect.
You know, last night when I couldn't sleep, I was watching the fish swim by the windows. Their scales kept reflecting in the water, making them shift and shimmer like they almost weren't there. I was mesmerized by them. It was like a dream that kept pulling me towards the waves. It was beautiful and haunting. Do you think it looks like that every day somewhere?
That beautiful?
That haunting.
I think any place can imagine exists somewhere, if only in our head.
I'd like to see those, well, all of those places.
I don't think they're all safe to see. Oh! Wait, where is Melina? Fable! By the dragons, you're here. Are you alright?
I am. The innkeeper kept me safe. It's good to see you both are here as well.
Couldn't you have let us know you were breathing? We couldn't find you anywhere.
I'm sorry, I just woke up. Were you guys worried about me?
Maybe. Of course we were. Not even know if you can swim.
I can. Can you?
Of course. No.
Oh. We should teach you sometimes.
Sure.
Thank you for worrying about me, but I actually had a pretty nice night. Voy and I gave Grace the innkeeper a small concert while we were all stuck inside.
Oh. So that we missed that.
I can track down Voy to give you and you guys an encore.
That'd be nice. I'm sorry I didn't get around to pick you up.
It's okay. I bet the roads were a bit busy.
Yeah, it was a little tough getting out. Rufus loved it though. Yeah, the sheepfish. It's a fish, it loves it. I think he made some new friends. Seems like this catastrophe had some pleasant side effects. What happened anyway? Did a whale eat a moon this time? No idea what happened, what that's supposed to mean. But no, or maybe, no idea how it happened. They say the primordial sea flooded the Twilight Chasm. And it all spilled out through the portals in the Zoa, leaving us with this mess. Huh. That's new. At least the other continents probably got through it without too much trouble. For once they be less jealous of our portals. I do hope everyone is okay. Everyone we could check on is. Luckily for us, the water is drained enough to rescue everyone around here. Though I heard that underwater hasn't emerged yet. Happy to see you all emerge. Mostly. What does that mean? Are you still looking for someone? Yes. I was wondering if Melly is here. She wasn't home when I checked on her. No, she didn't stop by yesterday, nor today. Did you see her before that? Did you say where she was going? I'm afraid she hasn't been in since you returned from Sufford. That wizard punk hasn't seen her either. Took a second to ask him when he almost broke down Kumo's door looking for Grace.
Do we know if she can swim?
I'm sure she can. I'm sure she's just taking shelter elsewhere. You taught her how to hide well, after all. Maybe she's just putting that to good use. When I returned yesterday, I found Rufus eating out of a strange apparatus that dispensed food and water every couple of hours.
Like someone really smart set it up for him in their absence.
Yes. He was gorging himself on some food, but Melly was nowhere but to be found.
Oh, that's worrying. Did she leave a note?
No. Yeah, I'd be worried. Maybe I'd ask Jade for help. She's very good at finding things. I shall investigate that avenue right now. Faye, would you be okay with moving our time? The time? You got an appointment or something? More like a date. I love how I just spill the bean to everyone that goes in here. Like, don't try to keep it a secret. Everyone should know this. I can't wait for that story.
I'll tell you later. But, yes, we should move it. This isn't the kind of dancing in the rain I was hoping for.
Me neither. Another time then. I would say this, skip the date, but you go with him and help him looking for Melly. That might not be a date, but at least you're doing it together.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. I hope she didn't try to investigate the fish. It ate her alive.
Sounds like a little more helpful. The girl is so savvy. I mean, look at that contraption she left behind. And no fish got a chance against her.
Being hopeful isn't really my thing.
Then make it your thing.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna help. Let you know when I find her. Such a man of few words.
A man of fucking words. He is just worried.
Speaking of worried on words, Lynn, it's good to finally see you back. How was the escorting? I hope you didn't get too wet.
It was.
It happened. How did it happen?
Well, actually, this can wait a bit, right?
Yeah, fine.
Thanks for understanding. I'll be back later, once I can think more clearly. I'd like to check up on Uncle Dragon. Make sure that the old fart isn't up and running. Fable, I'm guessing you'd like to check in with your family too? Yes, I would love to make sure everyone's alright. Maybe Melly with the Amaranthine Hydra. She really loves to ask it for tea recommendations.
I'm counting on you returning with a good story. Don't get too excited. I'll see if I can drag Rhea and the Fancy Pants along as well. I think they could use a drink. Wait, Rhea? Who was Rhea? Oh, wait, no, who was Rhea? Oh, wait, Rhea was the dwarf. Oh, Fancy Pants is the rich kid. Speaking of which, got one for the road. Sure thing, something strong so you get through all that socializing. You got it. Alright, something strong for socializing. Yep. Okay, what do we have here with a lot of swords? This thing would be wonderful, because I kind of just like that. Yeah, let's do this one. This one would work. Because what we need is 2 of these. Then apparently we need 1 of these. This probably would be good as well, because it is actually against, like, the socializing thing. Because it has a bit of charisma in it. There we go, Sailor's Courage. Also kinda ironic we're actually using that now, because it's gonna be necessary. Here, the strongest thing I could brew up for you. Oh, thanks. Miss these drinks. A little. Oh, that's sweet. Don't dwell on it. Anyway, Fable, let's go. I'm glad that, like, basically the glasses aren't my own, because she took it for the road, which I know she said she would.
I'm sure everyone will be okay, Innkeeper, so don't worry about it. And make sure to keep a hot chocolate for warm for Melly. I'm sure you'll love one of those.
I'll give it my best.
I know you will.
Don't swim out too far.
We'll see.
Swim out too far. Everything here is water. The water is dangerous these days. Just what are you up to? Time to make sure I have enough ingredients for hot chocolate around, I guess. Yeah, when I say I do wonder what you're up to, I think the 35th was when the stars began to fall. So I think my friend has something to do with what's going on right now, which is worrisome. Oh, you must love this.
Good to see you're open, Innkeeper.
Good evening to you too, Una. How do you know it's evening? I can't even see the sun.
Spare me the babbling, though I'm glad to see you're unharmed. I am, thanks to some protective spells I put on in the inn while back. Works better than any insurance. What about you? Are you unharmed? I'm good as new. Might be missing an arm, but that doesn't mean I've forgot how to swim. It's easier than walking usually. And breathing water instead of air was unexpectedly nice. These gills aren't just for decorative purposes. Felt a little like home, you know. But the water taste is different than that of the astral sea. More primordial, I might even say. Yeah, I figured. But you don't seem to be worried about it. Nah, whatever happened is none of my business now. I'm retired. The water also doesn't bother me. She's a fish folk, of course it doesn't bother her. Shouldn't bother you too much either, am I right? Since you're so close to... I knew you wouldn't forget. I might be old, but I'm not senile. Me neither. So, you wouldn't call the Primordial Sea your home then? Wait, hold on. Oh, so you wouldn't call the Primordial Sea your home then? Okay, we're getting some lore that we talked about before. I've inhabited a few planes already. My past doesn't define the word home for me anymore. But you're right. Primordial water doesn't do any harm to me. Even if I wanted to drown in it, I wouldn't be able to. But mostly, I was more worried about my patrons and the inn itself. Hope everyone is safe and well. I wouldn't worry too much about it. All about your regulars. Adventurers are tough folks, and your drinks toughen them up even further. I have faith that you're right. But your tavern? Well, as you say, it has definitely seen better days. Nah, that's kind of an understatement. It looks like shit! Ouch. I had to really say it there, even though it's censored through the game because it's way too fun. I've been working the whole day to clean up as much as I can. My condolences. Say, have you ever talked to the Wizard of Morlia? No, sadly I haven't had the pleasure. I don't know what I am, but whatever I am, I travel through planes. Oh, you should if you get the chance. He's always loved all these kind of spells and enchantments. More of the kind involving trickery like puzzles and traps, but I'm sure he'll also knows a protective spell or two. I mean, he's protecting his wizard tower for quite some time now. I'll keep that in mind if I ever get to meet him. I think Grace talked about it yesterday in game. But I'm supposed you're not here to talk. How about a drink? You definitely have a way with customer service. How about a drink that'll wake up my old muscles? So I can help you tidy your tavern afterwards. I can't quite remember having asked you for help. What's that? My old ears suddenly can't understand what you're saying. And how unfortunately, maybe a strong drink would help. Alright, coming right up. I love that it's like a... what is it called? Frenemies or something? It's like... I love you, but I also hate you. Whoops, that's not the one I'm looking for. I forgot that the image up there doesn't follow. There we go. That's... I know it's empty. That's... Hold on, which one did we do then? Oh, we did this one. There we go. Nope. There we go. There we go. Okay, just making sure I can... One of these. One of these. That's done. And 3 of these. Or 2 of these. There you go, Sailor's Courage. Wonderful! There you go, a drink, powerful like the astral sea. Wonderful, I consumed enough primordial water to last me weeks. And... well, it doesn't taste exactly like home, but a hint of elemental magic revives some old memories. I gotta say, you definitely know your craft. Thank you. Could I be more convincing you to just relax and let me do my work? You'd like that, would you? Get it. Let's clean this messy tavern. If you insist. Before I forget, all the water swept some animal remains into my pockets. I don't really know where they came from. I don't really feel any kind of astral energy coming from them. So I assume they're either Gaia or primordial. Before I stab myself with them while cleaning, I want to check if you have any use of them. Stab? Yeah, they're surprisingly sharp. Now I'm curious, let me see. You're too easy. Saberfang. It's an infusion. I'm gonna let people drink bones? Saberfang. These Saberfang tips are from the special fangs of a colossal saber-toothed tigers from the Forbidden Valley. They lose them bi-yearly and regrow them at a remarkable speed. Okay. Thank you, Yuna. It might not be primordial, but I think I just know just what to do with them. I'm gonna spice up some drinks, huh? Maybe. Can't wait to try them out. Try them. And now let's spice this old rusty tavern. Guess we're gonna have to clean them. Oh, distract and run. What happened? That was one of the achievements. I don't even know what that is. Welcome back to my tavern, brave adventurers. Good to see you're all unharmed and doing well. Something definitely happened. Oh yeah, I got that now because they came back from the quest. Before was because of the waters. Now they came back from a quest. What happened? At least we didn't drown. By the way, who's that granny over the airport? Looks like she's collecting driftwood. Don't mind her, she's an old friend of mine with some weird habits. She wants to help tidy up my tavern after the flood. That's kinda nice, actually. I suppose so. I couldn't convince her to let me do it alone. Did the flood hit you as well? You bet. I had to hold on to Rhea for a quick second there, or else she would have been swept away like a twig. How'd you wished? We had just passed them and Thames when it happened. Luckily, there were two carriages nearby, wedged between sturdy trees and a large boulder. We managed to pull ourselves out of the raging waters and into those carriages. Thanks to dragons. It could have gone south real quick. And your tavern looks a wee bit wet as well. It is. I've been working non-stop to clean it. That's not good. Working non-stop comes with being self-employed. No, I mean the flood. Never heard of a flood that massive. It spread all the way from Themis to Zenith. You're right. We certainly aren't that close to the sea. Themis maybe, but not your inn. It's all very recent. We'll have to wait until we know the true extent of it. What about your mission? Did you complete it before the flood started? Did I give them the wrong drink? Come to think of it, Archie, you have been awfully quiet today. It's very unlike the noble hero I know. Give him a break, would you? We had some pretty rough nights. Oh, did something go wrong? The drink you prepared for us with these golden feathers. I remember. I mean, it did what it was supposed to do. But it wasn't enough. I don't know if another potion would have changed our fate, though. What happened? Wow. I do love that we went from someone gonna date to everything is under sea to something where probably someone died. I guess I'm telling the story then. Let's begin. We actually would have been well prepared if this had been a normal escorting mission, that is. It all started just like a regular quest. We met our client in his temporary abode, which looked more like it was worth more money than Karen and I will ever make in our lives. Combined. Correct. Anyways, our client's name was Theodore. Theodore Hugo Frederick Sinclair III, to be exact. He told us politely not to call him by his full name, so we agreed on Theodore. He is the noble son of some wealthy diplomat, hence the long name, I figured. And you had to get him to Diria before some financial conflicts between them and the mainland. Correct. At first everything went surprisingly well. Since the magic bridge got destroyed, we had to get to Diria by ship. Because of the dispute, no ships from the mainland are allowed to dock in Amasa, so we had to take the long way. From the port of Windmore in the Windy Meadows to Twinborough, and then to Amasa by foot. All with a young nobleman that rarely strays from home. The kid had some quirks and mannerisms neither of us were familiar with, but luckily Archie here was able to help us out. I tend to be a little wary around rich people, but we actually got along quite well. Especially little Archie here. Was hanging on his every word. We didn't take the main road to avoid too much unwanted attention. Moving quickly through the Dirian tundra, we only encountered a few obstacles like tree trunks. Ria and I kept the patch clear while Archie entertained our client. It was quite useful after all, even though it was his first quest. He definitely knew how to tell stories and kept us entertained. Theodore loved every tale Archie told. Yeah, seems like he had no natural born storyteller. I feel like I kinda do Ria the same as the other one. Because of how she's a yay. You know, it's a surprising amount of knowledge about plants and stuff, that orange head of yours. So I'm gonna try not to roll the R's, because that was kinda dusted. I'm glad I could help. Theodore went outside, so I assist him with my knowledge of plants and stings, or those with poison. That's a very helpful skill. Everything went as planned until the sun started setting. I think my ears picked it up first. They were like a bunch of low humming sounds far away, but definitely unusual. Couldn't hear a thing, but I'd always trust the fluffy ears of a Wookakin over me own. I asked the two boys if those types of sounds were common around here, but they both denied it. That's when I started getting this weird feeling in my gut. Every experience adventure develops that sooner or later. It's like a sixth sense to keep you out of trouble. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That looming feeling deep within your stomach. I knew something was wrong. And that if we didn't get out of there, our situation would get worse. At first I told Ria, didn't want to alarm the two boys. Our client would never be afraid, that's just a bad customer service. I agreed. So we quietly tried to figure out what to do. By then I could also faintly hear the deep sounds. But if I could hear them, Archie and Theodore could as well. And they also heard us talking. That's unfortunate. We agreed on positioning the two boys between us, even though Archie proclaimed he could fight as well. A simple but effective lineup. Me on the back of the line and Care in the front, cause you got the best ears. Theodore was calm. Of course he summed along the lines of course they'd try to start an assault. That's why I hired you, remember? It's not wrong. I just would have expected more, you know. A regular kind of assassins. Whatever that might be. If you'd let me continue, you'd get it. Sorry, my bad. make things worse, got really dark real quick. Now I couldn't hear that gutting grounding all around us. She said bug and crap. Where are they? Where are they coming from? But, well... At first I could only see one, then two, and suddenly they were everywhere. Zombies! We were surrounded by zombies. I had to think fast. There weren't any gaps in their formation, so I knew we had to fight. Thanks to those enchanted feathers in your drink, I was able to quickly overpower 2 zombies by smashing their heads together. You're strong. You're strong. I like strong women. I pushed both boys forward so they'd get moving. I knew if we wanted to get out of here in one piece, we would stay together. Kiara was blocking attack left and right, slicing through rotten skin and little brittle bones with her greatsword. She was a sight to behold. My sword lended me power to fight us through. But I would have needed more time to figure out a plan. There were just too many of them. I knew I had to get back to the main road. The terrain so deep in the forest was very uneven and made running away from a horde of undead very more difficult. How did so many of them even get there? At least it was apparent why all those animals had disappeared on the road. They got eaten by the undead. And we'd be the next if we didn't get something out of there. So we ran. But turns out nobleman's clothes aren't made for running. They're made of nothing except looking obnoxious. They're not even that uncomfortable. I was more prepared than than Theo. But even some of mine seems ripped. I could hear Rhea behind us, telling us to hurry unless we wanted to die. So I wrapped my hand around Theo's velvet-coated wrist and just didn't let go. There was no way I could let anyone die on my first mission. But then, right before we got to the main road, he tripped. I suppose it was bound to happen. Rhea had somehow outrun us and was already stumbling onto the main road ahead. I tried to pull Theo up on his feet, but his pants must have gotten caught in some thorns, and he just couldn't get up. I tried to get him free. I really tried, but my hands were just so sweaty and shaky. I saw the zombies. I saw the rotting faces. It got close and I was too far ahead to realize what was going on. And when I finally noticed, it was too late. I knew getting on the road was our main priority. When I got here and the 2 boys were missing, I knew something must have gone wrong. I turned around, and right as I did, I saw Archie and Theodore on the ground. A bunch of zombies getting real close to them. I ward them off after the first 2, maybe 3, but there were just so many of them. The Theodore screamed, the most horrifying scream filled with pain and agony. I've read about that sort of scream before, but I didn't think it could sound so heartbreaking. Yes. That's when Ray and Carolyn suddenly appeared next to us again. They pushed the zombies back and helped Theo get up. Well, as much as he could with what was left of his left leg. I know how to come up with a plan. There were too many zombies for us to fight, and running away could have been difficult since Theodore was hurt. But the drink was driving me forward. Kind of like like a drinkable Lucky Charm. I had already tricked Chimera into giving me its saliva, so I could have been able to handle a few undead and hurt the client with ease. I tricked a Chimera? Sure did. You truly are full of wonders. And since fighting also wasn't possible this time, I thought, maybe I could outsmart the undead. Theo was hurt, and he also wasn't looking too good. The undead seemed to be drawn to the smell of his fresh blood. And thanks to your drink, it was quite hasty. I knew I could outrun any dead something. So on a whim, I turned back to the other 3. Rhea was trying to fight back dozens of monsters, while Archie supported Theodore. I grabbed a piece of body bodied cloth that had been ripped off Theo's leg. I don't know if they listened or if it was just a smell that drew them to me, but I yelled, "I am here. Come and get you all a fresh piece of meat." I thought she's gone crazy, I tell you. But it was a smart move. I definitely had their attention. Archie was out of it, so I told Rhea to just follow the path to Amasa and treat Theodore's wounds as quickly as possible. I would then catch up to them as soon as I was done there. Well, that's what we did. I don't argue with women that are taller and faster than me. Which means she doesn't argue with too many then? A quick thinking probably saved our asses. Good call, both of you. I led those brain-dead monsters into the opposite direction. Turns out I could easily outrun them. But I want to get rid of them once and for all, or else we wouldn't have been safe for long. And as soon as I spotted a cliff between the trees with nothing but the vast sea further on, I knew what to do. I knew I had to override my instincts, so it was kind of dangerous. But I yelled one more time, "Come and get me if you can." And then I threw the piece of cloth off the cliff. My instinct kicked in, wanting to play fetch. Luckily... Sorry, my brain just wanted to continue reading, but now I understand with the whole... She had the urges, but she didn't have urges to like run, jump or anything. No, she wanted to play fetch. Luckily, my will was stronger than the monsters. One after another, they tried to catch the blood-drenched fabric and jumped, falling to their, well, hopefully the final deaths. I can't believe that actually worked. Me neither, but otherwise I wouldn't be standing here. I'm glad. Seems like the undead are kind of like a pack animals, at least for the most part. Dawn of the brain dead. Fair enough. A few of them didn't take the bait, but nothing my greatsword couldn't fix. I followed Ray on the boys' track until we met up again. We already could see the light of Amasa in the distance. But we hadn't been fast enough. With every step, Theo's hand grasping my shoulder was getting weaker and weaker. I didn't even dare look at his face while I talked to him, to keep him awake. Even when his answers started getting sparse and quiet. This got sad quick, god damn. I do wonder if the drinks actually mean anything, if you fail or not. Or if this is just like something would have happened no other way around anyway. Because I'm kind of curious about that now. Was it like I failed because of the drink? But you made it, right? I guess not. Right. I should really take the hint. No. No. He didn't make it. Tell me it's not true. I wish it wasn't. But I'll never lie about someone's death. Especially not his. I'm so sorry, Archie. I didn't know the mission would be so dangerous. It's not your fault, Innkeeper. It's none of our faults either. Maybe I should be prepared a different drink for you. It's alright. We did our best. Things don't go always as planned. I guess life isn't as magical perfect as the numerous tales I've read and would suggest. I feel like this would be a quest that would have failed anyhow. I wasn't a raid, but who died? They got a mission to get the Archie's friend to a diplomatic thing. But apparently they got overrun by zombies, and apparently he did not make it. So their job giver died. And I'm starting to question if it was my drink or if this was scripted that something bad would have happened no matter what. Mostly because I got the rumors about zombies, and something tells me that is a story thing. Bad things can happen to anyone, even to those with pure hearts. Some may deserve it, but most don't. But damn well, that really does suck. Oh, welcome back, Yanni. So I don't know if this is a thing or not, but yeah. Also, your hair is growing back. Nice. I also wish it couldn't have been him. That's such a selfish thought. Okay, back. Composer, yeah, exactly. And that's fine. It's not fair. Why him? I apologize. I didn't mean to raise my voice like that. It's alright, kid. I know you know the pain you feel. I know some deaths are inevitable. Illness, old age, whatever it might be. Those are easier to stomach, even if they hurt. But that's true. It looks weird because it's just round on my head and doesn't have any shape at all. Fair enough, actually. That's true. And then there are the deaths which are completely unexpected. Those who don't feel fair for us. They make us think if only did this, if only did that, and so forth. But you mustn't dwell on those feelings. It's okay to mourn, but you can't change the past. Only thing you can change is the future. Live the life your friend would have wanted for you. Make him proud. I suppose you're right. What did you do then? Did you still go to Amasa? We did, yes. He must have died just before we arrived. Someone from the Night Watch recognized him. We were immediately surrounded by healers, but it was already too late. You may bring bodies back from the dead, but not souls. Don't say that, we do have Scully. After we explained the situation and how we got rid of the zombies, he offered us to stay the night. We needed some rest before making our way back the next morning. I also sent a letter to Theo's family. I wanted to. After all, I've known them since I was a kid, a child. And I was with him in his last moment. If someone was going to deliver the bad news, it had to be me. I'm not sure I could have acted so calm and collected. And they're good. Composing the new music is inspired by a group of famous musicians. It's called Bach in Black. Jesus. Oh, good God. I really wasn't. I don't know if it's perhaps too macabre, but would you hold on to something for me? It's what's left of his leg. Of course, what is it? It's the quill. Yeah, that I used to write the letter to Theo's parents. I must have lost my supply somewhere on the way to Theoria, so I had to buy a new quill. At first I thought of it as a nice memento. But the wound still is too fresh. I held on to it, as long as you needed me to. Thank you, innkeeper. You know, we have a quill somewhere, but unfortunately it's very difficult to see where it is. Just what's going to happen with the dispute between Daria and the mainland now? Now that the ambassador has died on Darian soil. It's just such a big mess. And we didn't fix anything. We just made things worse. Anyway, I'm just too really tired. Please excuse me. Good night, everyone. You wanna sleep here tonight? Yeah, sometimes a little company can do wonders. And you'll be safe from the potential floods. I'll also be sleeping here. I suppose you're right. Maybe I'll occupy one of your rooms then, dear innkeeper. Of course. Go upstairs. 3rd floor on the left. Make yourself at home. I think I'll just sleep. But I appreciate your kindness. Thank you. Good night, everyone. I hope he'll be alright. Let the kid grieve. I guess asking if either of you would like a drink would be a little insensitive at this point. Don't? Got it. Instead, care. Let's talk about your extraordinary fighting skills. I got to say, I'm really impressed with how you decimated those zombies. Takes good beast layer to know one. Nah, more of a general fighting type, you know. But I can always appreciate two strong hands, as such as well-crafted greatsword on top of that. Happy to see you appreciate solid craftsmanship. It was a gift from my baba. She told me the great dragons themselves gifted it to her, and I don't know if that's true. Have you ever heard of a great After? Ah, the most powerful weapon ever, forged by the origin of this world himself, you bet. You think it really exists? I mean, my baba loved to tell stories. But, if her words was made up by the dragons, maybe Earth's Greystock is also more than just a myth. Dwarves have their origins in the subterranean caves, you know, on the plane of Ur. I grew up in a labyrinth of caves, surrounded by gems and ores, legends and tales. I mean, I haven't seen it with my own two eyes yet. I'm convinced a legendary weapon exists. I bet it's so large I probably wouldn't even recognize it's an axe. I have heard Ur keeps it in its resting place at all time. Yeah, thought so far. And no one has found it yet. Okay, great axe of Ur. Hopefully no one ever has to. What do you mean? You know the tale, if someone has to wake up Ur, the apocalypse would begun. But that's just an old tale, right? Something you tell kids that don't want to eat their food. You know, eat up or Ur will awaken. Questionable parroting techniques if you ask me. Yeah, I got to hear that a few times when I was still a wee bairn. All those tales ever did was make me want to craft a legendary weapon myself. Have you ever made something like it? Not yet, but I will soon. I'll make the greatest weapon ever forged and smashing this year's Orhart blacksmith competition to bits. I'll outcraft my ex-husband with ease, that son of a bitch. Ex-husband? Yeah, we used to work together. Now he claims I wouldn't stand a chance without him. But I'll prove him wrong. Anyways, innkeeper, care. I think it's getting quite late and it's been an exhausting week. Absolutely agreed. Let's get some rest. And then look for another quest elsewhere to afford me crafting materials. Good night, you two. Good night, Lynn. Night, innkeeper. Well, this was a mess of a meeting. Holy shit. That just took a turn. Didn't even realize that was a thing. But you know what? I think I'm gonna end my stream here because I was about half an hour late. And I actually been streaming for 3 hours. So I think this is a good time to end.